Hola, senor. Well, that's the only word that I know beside puta. Hello guys, my name is Meric and welcome to How to Play with Meric. Since I play a lot of Storm Spirit to boost my low MMR accounts, I decided to make a video to show you guys how you play Storm Spirit. So this is a full guide of Storm Spirit. This is not a basic guide, it's kinda an advanced guide. So if you are familiar with playing Storm, this is the guide for you. Well, at least you need to know how his skills work, so you can keep up with me. So what makes this guy very useful is that the laning phase wasn't easy at all, which will make this guy a perfect game for you guys to show you how to play Storm even against heroes that will counter you. But don't first pick Storm Spirit like a fucking Rita because you think you are good or something. Now before we start, as always, if you are new here, consider subscribing for more guys. And please guys, if you want me to make videos about pro players and how they play, drop the link of the game of his Dota buff, so I can download the game that you requested and to make a video about it. So with that being said, let's get started. Now drafting. Now when it comes to drafting, you should ask yourself when you should pick Storm Spirit and when you should not. You pick Storm Spirit against squishy heroes and heroes that have good escape like Queen of Pain, Mirana and so many other heroes. Also against heroes that have no catch, or let's say heroes that have no stun. And he hates heroes that have lockdown like Bane, Shadow Shaman and even Lion. And so there's so many other heroes even. And he hates heroes that can burn his mana like anti-mage. So don't pick Storm Spirit against this kind of lineup. But what I'm showing you today is how to play against heroes that counters him and whoop their asses like my duck when someone, you know, dislike my video.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Items. So when it comes to items, there's 4 brackets: starter items, early game items, mid game items and even late game items. So as a starter items, you start with Knot of Talisman, Fairy Fire and 1 Iron Branch, so you can eat it with your tango, or you can get Magic Stick and ask nicely for 2 tangos, you know. And in the early game, get your Power Treads, Bottle, Magic Stick, Raindrop if you are playing against a heavy nuker, and here where it gets tricky for you. Some people love to get Soul Ring, then they go for Kaya, but for me I would rather to get Kaya for the value of the item in the early game. So it's better for me and I don't want to waste my gold on Soul Ring because it will delay my item, which is Kaya. So this is something that you don't want to happen. Mid game items are Bloodstone after you get your Kaya, of course. Here you can make situational items like use Orchid, Lincoln Sphere, Nullifier, BKB, and I will tell you why you should get them. If you are playing against Legion Commander and she will jump on you and you know every time you actually die, or against even anti-mage, you need to get that Lincoln Sphere. You don't try to be aggressive with your items because you are dying and you will waste a lot of Bloodstone charges. You get used if you are playing against Silencer or any damage over time like Venomancer. You get BKB if you know the enemy are forcing you to play in the early game and fight, and their lineup is really good and they even have like so much magical damage, so you need to get it. And you get Orchid if you are winning the game, so you can silence the enemy like you are playing against Tinker, Anti-Mage, and even though the Anti-Mage will go for Manta Style, but still good item to kill him before he gets it. Late game items like Blood Throne for extra damage and True Strike, Hex for a good lockdown, and if you are always going to get a solo pick off. Aghanim Scepter if you have a nice combo on your team like, you know, Magnus or something like that, or even Enigma. And Shiva's Guard for extra item and also for kiting the enemy. Nullifier, which is really good item that will prevent the enemy from using the items or spells. So I really recommend you to use it. It's like similar to Doom, like it lasts for 5 seconds or something like that. I really like the item, so it's really good item even in the late game. Now like any other games, you take the rune and TP mid so you can block the creeps. Where here I missed it because you know they took my rune. But anyway, in the laning phase against Tinker, which is a really annoying hero to play against in the mid lane. So when I play against Tinker, I know for a fact that he will use his laser on me, so I can miss the creeps. So you will see me here using my remnant to get the CS with it, so I can get my item much faster. And since I'm playing against also Bounty Hunter, I understand that they will try to focus on me because I don't have any like escape mechanism at the moment until I get my level 6. Now in the laning phase against Tinker, you need to punish him for mistakes that he makes, like when he used his laser while I have a creep wave is attacking him. So I start playing aggressive to punish him for that. and for attacking even the creeps. And I know for a fact that he used the laser, so I can even right click him even more. But I won't do that if he didn't use laser. And as soon I know that I will get low, I will use my Iron Branch and, you know, eat a Tango to regen more. I don't need to see myself dropping like half HP to use my Iron Branch and Tango. So you need always to use them to stay in the laning phase, because that's how early game items work, like Sov and even Tangos. Also, you will notice that I'm using Remnant a lot whenever Tinker laser me, so I can take even CS with it. So since I have low HP and low mana, it's pretty risky to stay against Tinker without any regen. So even when I want to go to the base, I make sure that I stack my big camp so I can, you know, be more efficient with the farm and farm it later. And since I only see 3 heroes on the minimap and that Tinker is maxing his laser, I realized right away that I can't waste my time in this lane, so I must jungle to get some farm and some items. And here the stack that I made just came in handy. And even when I farm the stack, you will notice that I'm trying to kite the creeps in the same time, because I want the creep to take the full damage from my remnants, and in the same time I don't want to take a lot of actually, you know, damage from the creeps. So here you will see me farming casually and using even the shrine to regen my HP and my mana and farm even more toward my top lane, because for 2 reasons I'm going there. The first one, that I want to farm and take the rune. The second one is to kill Timbersaw, because I know we have Ursa in the safe lane, and actually Ursa can own Timbersaw so badly, so I can help him out to secure the kill on Timbersaw. But that motherfucker took my kill, but luckily he died. And after I made a failed gank to the bottom lane against an anti-mage and noticed that I predicted where he will walk, but I got juked, you know. And notice how I kept abusing my bottle during using my ultimate ability, because, you know, I came from Fountain, so I know that I still have some regen from it. But we ended up getting only the support, and that's I died like a moron from Bounty Hunter. So that was really a failed gank. But anyway, after that I went mid to kill that Tinker and start baiting him to use his laser by staying next to the creeps and be like, hey Tinker, use your laser please. Because if you remember, I said every hero have his weaknesses, so you need to exploit that shit and use it. And I used it here. So I got easily the kill on the Tinker by using the mid-range zip and using my remnant in order to deal some damage with my remnant, then making a small zips to have that overload, so I can, you know, deal more damage to him and kill him. So I don't need even to use my, you know, long zip and something like that, because that's really something wrong to do, or even using my remnant that will deal no damage to him because I want to have overload. So I rather to use my small zip so I can, you know, deal damage and not take a lot of damage from his Martian machine. Then I went to the jungle and just sacked the big camp again, because I sacked it even before. Then casually farming because I want to finish my next item, which is Kaya, which will allow me to get a lot of kills and a lot of mana. Now here let me explain something. I got my core item, which is Kaya, which will allow me actually to get kills around the map. And I'm playing against Anti-Mage, Tinker, Rasta, Timbersaw and Bounty Hunter. So the only threat for me is Anti-Mage using his ultimate ability while I have no mana. But I know that he will stay AFK farming for the next like 10 minutes or something like that, because he wanna get his farm. So I realized that it will be like 4 versus 5 for the next 10 minutes. Which means I can punish anyone who's playing aggressively, especially if it's anti-mage. Because he will never play around his team, because, you know, he wants to split push and get his farm. So I can, every time I see him, I punish him, like I did punish him here in the mid lane. And even I punished that Bounty Hunter because he used Invis and he turned to attack me, which will make him vulnerable because, you know, he was Invis and he just used it and it's in cooldown. So that's why I even turned and punished him right away and went out without even getting punished, because I killed 2 main cores and they have nothing actually to kill me. Now, since the same thing that will actually happen in all the clips, I will show you where I always punish the enemy for being aggressive, while they should not. Like this poor Tinker and Timbersaw. And every time I see even anti-Mish farming, I try even to kill him. And I start to play around their jungle since I got my Bloodstone, which means that I need to get kills, not to farm. So this will happen in the rest of the game. I will try to get my Bloodstone charges and kill anti-Mish or punish any hero that is trying to peacefully farm. And even though we took bad fights, but I still prioritize not getting into that fight because, you know, I have Bloodstone and I don't want to lose my charges. So this is what will happen for the next few minutes, so sit and enjoy watching it.
Where's the party? Here I am.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Zip zap.
Are fortified.
Zip zap. Zap. Pudding pop. Over here now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Middle tower has fallen.
Here I am. Zip. Over here now.
Scanning.
Where's the party? I see they're about to on me. Zip balloon away. Zap.
No, this is not happening!
Touche.
Radiant's top tower
I'm over
is
here.
under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Over here now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You had your warning. Over here now. Storm Force double damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Zip. Pudding pop. Oh, here I am. Zap.
That was an unqualified thing.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let the fun begin. Now over here. Ha! Where's the party?
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, over here now. Touche. Gold and sweet. Over here now.
This is it for the day. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like, and if you didn't, leave a like as well, because you know I like you. And if you want the full game, you can watch it. I will upload it later and it will be down in the description. This is Meric. See you guys in the next video.